Good morning, Year 4. This is our fifth lesson on multiplication and division today, and we're going to be carrying on looking at written multiplication methods using place value grids, part whole models, and extending what we did yesterday on column multiplication. So what I'd like you to do now is if you could just pause the video and write today's date and the learning objective in your book, which is to multiply 3 digits by 1 digit. Let's get our brains fired up, ready for some maths learning. I want you to have a look at this array, the way that those counters have been organised. See how many multiplication calculations you can make from this array. What I mean by that is if you can see there are 24 dots here. So one array that we could make is 24 times by 1. Equals 24. You could do, there's a lot of 4 here, and there's 6 lots of 4. So another one is 6 times by 4 equals 24. See how many different arrays you can find. Pause the video and do that now. So what we're going to do is we're going to recap on some of the methods that we used yesterday for multiplying numbers together. The main difference today is that we're going to be multiplying 3-digit numbers by 1 digit instead of 2 digits from yesterday. So have a look at this problem here. It says, if there are 126 sweets in a bag, how many sweets are there in 3 bags? So the multiplication question that we're going to be looking at is 126 multiplied by 3. Set your work out in the place value grid with hundreds, tens and ones, and draw in base 10 for the hundreds, the tens and the ones. Pause the video and have a go at that calculation now. What I've done is if you look at each row going across, you've got 100, 2 tens, which is 20, and 6 ones. And we did that 3 times because you wanted 3 lots of 126. So now all we need to do is count how many ones we've got, how many tens, and how many hundreds we've got altogether. So there's 18 ones, 6 tens, which is 60, and 3 hundreds, 300. If we add all of those numbers together, you should have 378. So 126 multiplied by 3 is 378. Did you get that right? Thumbs up if you did. So now, what I'd like you to do in your books, I would like you to look at this here, 354 multiplied by 3. We're going to use place value grid again, and this time we're going to use counters. You'll have hundreds counters, tens counters, and ones counters. In your books, if you can draw the table and the counters, the right amount of counters that you need for each row, and we'll go through it together in a moment, how we multiply those numbers. Pause the video now and set out your work. So let's have a go at this one together. We're going to count out how many ones we've got. So if we have a look up here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's write that number down here. Now, when we've got 10 ones, remember 10 ones equals a 10, doesn't it? So I'm going to put another 10 in here, and we can get rid of 10 of these ones. So now we've just got 2 ones left. Now, let's count up how many. Let's write that 2 a bit better. There we go. Now, let's find out how many 10s we've got altogether. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if we've got 10 10s, let's get rid of all of these. And we're going to make another 100. Because 10 10s equals 100. Let's see how many more 10s we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and don't forget this one. We've got 6 10s now. Let's count up our hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And remember, we've got another one down here now. So we've got 10 hundreds. Now, if we remember back to when we did place value, we know that 10 hundreds is the same as 1,000. So we can get rid of all of those hundreds and regroup them into the thousands column. So now, if we have a look at our answer that we've got, let's see, we've got 1,000, we've got 0 hundreds, we have 6 10s, and we have 2 1s. So our final answer is going to be 1,000, no hundreds, and 62. Tell me what that number is. Well done, 1,062. Now we're going to look at part whole models for calculating 3 digits multiplied by 1 digit. The number that we're going to be looking at is 408, and we want to multiply that by 7. So remember, when you do part whole models, you have to partition the number, so 408, into hundreds, tens and ones, and then you multiply all of those parts. All of them need to be multiplied by 7. Copy down the diagram in your books and then try to work out the answer. Pause the video while you do that, and then we'll go through it together in a moment. Okay, when I partitioned 408, I got 400 and 0 because we haven't got any 10s, and 8. And remember, we multiply all of those numbers by 7. Now, if we know what 7 times 4 is, which is 28, 7 times 40 would be 280, and 7 times 400 would be 2,800. 0 times by 7 is 0, and 8 times by 7 is 6. So when we put all of those numbers together, when we add them together, we've got 2,800, add 0, add 56, which gives us 2,856. Did you get that right? So following on from what we did yesterday, I'm just going to go through with you how we multiply a 3-digit number by a 1-digit number, and just recap on when we regroup between the different place value columns, okay? So remember, we set out our column multiplications like this, and we need to multiply everything in this 3-digit number by the 4. So we start off with 6 times by 4, which is 24. The 4 goes in the answer box and the 20 moves into the next column, just underneath the line. Now we do 4 multiplied by 4, which is 16, but we've got another 2 tens here, so 16 add 2 equals 18. And again, the 8 goes in here and the 1 jumps into the next column, into the hundreds column. Now we do 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. We don't write the 8 because we've still got to add this 1 here. So the answer would be 984. So for your fluency today, you're going to be multiplying 3-digit numbers by 1-digit number. If you choose the mild or the spicy challenge, the first activity you need to draw counters for. If you're doing extra hot, I don't mind how you solve it. You can do it in columns if you like, or you can use base 10 or counters. It is up to you, as long as you show you're working out. When you get to activity 2, please can you do them in columns. Pause the video now and have a go at your fluency questions. Now that you've finished your fluency, have a look at the answers and mark your own work. Pause the video now so you can do that. For reasoning today, you've got to find the mistakes in these calculations and then see if you can explain what the mistakes are, and then see if you can find the correct answer. So there's 3 different levels of challenge here. If you try one, maybe go on to the next one. If you find it too hard, if you've started on this one, remember you can always jump back a step, but it'd be good to try and really push yourselves with these. Pause the video now so you can do that. Here are the answers for the reasoning. Read through them, make sure you understand them, and then pause the video so that you can mark your reasoning questions. For problem solving today, we're looking at some calculations where some paint has been spilt on some of the digits. So see if you can work out which digits have been hidden by the paint. Now let me give you a clue here. We know that when you do column multiplication, it'd be 4 times by something, and to work out what that something is, it would have to give the answer 12. So see if you could work out what number is missing there. Choose your challenge. You can have a go at them all if you really want to push yourself. That would be great. Good luck. Pause the video now and see if you can work out which digits are hidden. Here are the answers for the problem solving. Wonder if you got them right or not. Remember, when we do problem solving, we don't always find the right answer straight away. It's about persevering, maybe trying different combinations of numbers to see if they work. Pause the video while you mark your problem solving. You've done some super hard learning today. If you want an additional challenge, there's some children here and they're all making statements about the multiplications that they have done. So what you would need to do is work out the answers to the column multiplications at the bottom of the slide, and then work out which one of those children did which question. Good luck. Well done for your learning today, and I will see you next week.